We did have a very good year last year. As you said, we grew our net income by 22% to 44 billion rubles. And basically, we can see that this year is beginning actually even better than last year. So important for us, we grew our customer base by 3 million customers last year. We're increasing the run rate with which we grow our customer base this year. We know how to grow from our current 13 million customers to over 20 million customers in a couple of years' time. And we're riding the wave of what's happening. So obviously, online is being accelerated. There's an e-com boom happening in Russia. We're basically a tech company with a banking license, and so we're very well positioned to ride this wave even further. We're accelerating everything we do, so it's all going very well indeed. We expect to grow our net income this year by another 25% at least, to over 55 billion rubles. So things are going great.
And so the obvious question then is about that momentum and whether it continues. Is there any possibility of a bit of a backdraft as we come through the other end of this, where your customers then start to rely less on your services and maybe use other opportunities once they're allowed to go out and about and get back to life as it was lived before the pandemic?
Sure. So basically what happened during the COVID crisis is that we saw an acceleration of the long-term trends that have been there anyway. So there's been this move to fintech globally. It's been very noticeable in Russia and obviously led by us as one of the largest and most profitable digital banks in the world. So we don't expect people to suddenly go back to branches. That's not how it's going to work. If anything, more and more people are moving their general transactions, their behavior is moving online. It's obviously moving to e-commerce. You can see it going from a low base, but very quickly in Russia. And we'll be playing that trend in all of its different iterations. So you can see that in payments, you can see that in cards, you can see that in consumer lending, you can see that in small business and in brokerage writ large. So we're playing all of these different themes.
Oliver, I mean, it's clearly been a great success. So, you know, come off the hour, come off the right company in the business model. So doff my cap to you on that one. But the competitive environment in Russia, I would imagine, will get more intense as the likes of Sberbank and others say, yeah, Tinkoff are doing this and they're making great success of this. We can do that as well. Are you anticipating a more competitive environment?
Sure. So Russia is one of the leading, let's say, scenes in fintech around the world. So there's been a lot going on for many years. And there's some very formidable players here. So it's not just the likes of Sberbank, who have 50% of the customers in Russia. They're one of the biggest players, obviously, because they're the largest state-owned bank. But it's also from the big tech and now the e-commerce players in Russia who are homegrown. And so there's competition from other financial players. We're the third in terms of customer numbers. And therefore, you know, we're growing that share. We know how to compete with the banks. That's not our issue. It's how we continue to compete into the future with the big techs who are also eyeing the financial sector, as you can imagine. So they want to get into the payments chain and maybe other products. Here we're very well equipped to compete because we have the best customer service. We've been tested by 3 different crises, so we know how to handle ourselves in upturns and downturns. We have all the technology, and we can attract the best talent in Russia along with the best of them. We have a very rich product, and we know how to deliver it. So it's going to get interesting over the next few years, another interesting phase, but we're very well poised to continue to grow and take market share everywhere.